Hello and welcome to Buddhistdoor Global's weekly news review. I'm Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for Buddhistdoor Global, speaking to you from our offices in Hong Kong. In this week's news, the Canadian city of Quebec recently concluded contentious hearings on a bill to prohibit religious symbols in public sectors. Legislative hearings into Quebec's controversial Bill 21, which seeks to prohibit religious symbols in the public sector in Canadian province, came to an end on May 16th. The legislation, which is expected to be adopted in June, will affect all new public sector employees. Supporters of the bill are concerned that teachers who wear religious symbols such as a cross or a hijab will influence impressionable young adults. Opponents worry that it will force workers to choose between honoring their religion and continuing their career. How the bill will affect Quebec's Buddhist community remains to be seen, although other minority religious groups are expected to feel it deeply. In India, the Dalai Lama has expressed his determination to live to the age of 110 during a long life ceremony held in Dharamsala. The offering ceremony was held on the 17th of May at the Dalai Lama's official residence and was attended by an estimated 7,500 Tibetans and Buddhist followers. The Dalai Lama, who will be 84 in July, commented that he had fully recovered from a chest infection in April, for which he spent several days in a New Delhi hospital. During the ceremony, the Dalai Lama emphasized the urgent need for religious harmony, as well as the necessity to look beyond religion and to prioritize the practices of love and compassion for peace. In the United States, a Buddhist practice of releasing sea life near Boston has raised environmental concerns. Members of a Buddhist group called the American Compassion Life Association performed a life release ceremony which involved returning lobsters, clams, and other sea creatures harvested from the area. The practice is intended as a means for accumulating spiritual merit through compassionately freeing an animal that would otherwise be sold as property or as food. However, environmentalists and conservationists caution that the practice can have unintended and far-reaching consequences. For instance, the Humane Society International has noted that many of the animals released will die quickly due to injuries or diseases they have acquired, or because they are placed sometimes in an inappropriate habitat where they cannot survive. Other animals that do survive are sometimes not native to an area and upset a delicate ecosystem. In Bangladesh, Buddhist monks offered iftar, the evening meal which breaks the day's fast, to needy Muslims during Ramadan. Monks at Dhammarajika, a Buddhist monastery in the Bangladeshi capital of Dhaka, are continuing an annual tradition which began in 2013. The Supreme Patriarch of the Supreme Sangha Council in Bangladesh has been joining a team of 15 Buddhist monks to serve boxed iftar meals every day during the Muslim religious observation, which runs from May 6th to June 4th. The activity has been lauded by government officials as an example of social harmony between different religions in a country that has too often witnessed religious intolerance and deadly attacks against minority groups. In addition to sharing meal boxes, the monks are also involved in various social welfare activities, and the monastery itself is the home of more than 700 orphans who are educated for free on the site. Lastly, interfaith activists in Myanmar defied anti-Muslim nationalists with the hashtag White Rose for Peace campaign. As social undercurrents of nationalism and Islamophobia continue to plague Myanmar, interfaith activists across the Southeast Asian country are taking a stand of solidarity with local Muslim communities with the White Rose for Peace campaign, an act of peaceful defiance against the violence and intolerance that has festered in this Buddhist majority country in recent years. The movement began on May 16th when a renowned Buddhist monk visited the Muslim community in Yangon a day after an armed mob numbering more than 100, including some Buddhist monks, had forced the closure of temporary prayer houses set up there for Ramadan. There he called for empathy, kindness, compassion, and tolerance as he handed out white roses as a symbol of interfaith dialogue. That is all for this week's Buddhistdoor Global News Review. Be sure to check out our website, www.buddhistdoor.net, for these stories along with features and special coverage of Buddhism around the world.